Disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. But here's a little note for you. I know I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Reiki doesn't work for everyone. Or maybe a better way to say it is it may not work the way you expect it to. Results may vary. So please, under any and all circumstances, do not stop whatever medical treatment you are receiving. Should you start any kind really of energetic healing, but Reiki in this case especially. So some people will have wonderfully healing experiences. Some people may have kind of a meh experience, and some people may not feel it until the day after or a couple days later. So just bear that in mind when you go, that it is not the cure-all for everyone. It's just the way it is. It may not be the right thing for you right now, or maybe it worked for you in the past and it's not working anymore, and it's time to find a different energy healing to address different or deeper issues. That being said, let's get into a discussion of how it actually works. The short, simple, and sweet version is that Reiki targets blockages in the energy field. It breaks them up, however it does, in different means, and it causes you to release whatever is the blockages. And Reiki heals on different levels, which kind of flows into our longer version. The longer version is a little bit more intricate because Reiki heals on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. So it's 4 layers of healing and it targets where you need it the most. So if you were to go for a Reiki treatment, some practitioners will do what's known as scanning. It's where they'll run their hands over your body and check for blockages. And these blockages can occur in the meridians, the chakras, the aura, or the nadis. We haven't really talked about the nadis too much. They occur, I believe, more in Ayurvedic medicine. The meridians do tend to be more strongly associated with traditional Chinese medicine, but they do pop up in Reiki or acupressure or reflexology, I think. Um, but yeah, anyway. So what tends to happen is whether the person is scanning you or they've just jumped right into their session, the Reiki targets the block closest to the hands, usually. So it will go to the blockage that is the closest to the hand. Sometimes it happens is it goes to the blockage that's in most need. So if someone starts down at the root chakra, they might feel a tug maybe up by your neck and shoulders, which would be the throat chakra. That's the one that really needs it the most, so they may stop and then move up there to bring their hands closer. That's basically what it does, is it targets the blockage that needs to be cleared the most, which is why we generally recommend going for multiple sessions so that you can try and clear and balance and stay in balance to get the ki or the chi flowing freely again, because that's what causes certain ailments, is the blockage of chi or ki in any of these places, the meridians, the chakras, the aura field, etc. And so most people, I think, associate Reiki probably with physical healing. I'm going for back pain, knee pain, surgery pain, maybe a chronic illness that just doesn't seem to go away. I'm going to go and have that taken care of. And they go and it eventually clears up. Now, what also will sometimes happen is you may not find relief from the physical pain because that's not where the cause of pain is. There are some speculations in the spiritual community that physical pain is the embodiment of unresolved mental, emotional, or spiritual issues. In reading, I almost said William Rand. Yeah, no, William Rand. I was right. Um, in reading the Reiki handbook, you'll find that, and even I believe in Penelope Quest's book, they talk about negative thoughts getting stuck in the kind of the energy body or the thought processes, and those negative thoughts are what cause the blockages that need to be removed. Now, they generally tend to focus on negative thoughts about the self, low self-esteem, self-doubt, etc., etc. It also is negative thoughts of others. So if you have a real axe to grind with someone you work with, you may find that that axe to grind is leading to certain physical pain. We're going to discuss some of this in January. because this is known as body language. It's the body trying to tell you that it's in pain and try to help you pinpoint why it's in pain. Another cause of illness is pushing yourself so far beyond your body's limits that your body keeps crying out to you to stop, and then eventually gets to a point where it's like, you don't want to listen? Fine, I'll make you listen. And then something happens. You get a cold. I usually get struck down with migraines. You might break a bone. Something's going to happen where your body is going to literally force you to sit down and rest. Don't try to avoid those. Listen to what your body is telling you. But anyway, so physical healing. Blockages somewhere in the physical body, you go to your Reiki practitioner, it starts to feel better, they remove the blockages, and it's gone. The mental healing which is on the psychological level, it could enable you to think differently about your illness, perhaps bringing attention to the lessons your illness is trying to teach you and promoting understanding of the causative issues. So this might be where you have your anxiety, your PTSD, your depression. It's going to start trying to help you face those issues. This is true whether or not you're going to be in therapy, or if you feel that maybe after this you might need to talk through this with a counselor or someone in the psychology or psychiatric field. And you're going to be readdressing these issues, hopefully to work through them, come to terms with them, see the lesson. Some people might call it the silver lining, and release it. Come to terms with it, accept it, and release it to start healing yourself. Now, the emotional level, this could allow you to calm any fears and to reach acceptance of the effects of the illness. So this works on a different level if you've noticed, if you've watched the chakra video, because certain fears are also connected to certain blockages in certain chakras. So if people have had horrible relationships, they might find that they have a very closed heart chakra or very unbalanced heart chakra, where they have experienced nothing but pain and have a lot of trust issues. Therefore, they are very reluctant or have a hard time maintaining relationships because their heart chakra is so closed. And this might also cause a chain reaction into the root chakra or into the sacral chakra, because it might be something that they are partially blaming themselves for. And because the root chakra is kind of on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it could be relating to other issues. Or it could go even further into the earth chakra that deals with familial patterns and whatnot. So there's a whole host of issues that one blocked chakra could be relating to. And what Reiki will start to do is it will kind of force you. I keep saying force, but it's very gentle. It's not meant to cause harm, but you will find yourself revisiting memories. Maybe you'll notice parallels in certain events. You'll find yourself being kind of faced with the fact that you need to work through these things. Now, spiritual level healing is could enable you to develop a more loving and forgiving relationship with yourself. So it helps to heal the connection between soul, the physical you, and higher self you, or kind of reunite the two parts of the soul that exist, because you are a soul in a human body, but you also have an extension of your soul on the other plane, which is your higher self. And then the other thing is it could help ease the transition for death. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean if, mom's dying in the hospital, mom's, in hospice care, suffering from whatever, and you call in a Reiki practitioner, is she immediately going to cross over? No, not necessarily. It might be that it allows extra time for family members to come. It might just temporarily ease their pain. It will help them to possibly release any regrets or any pains that they are carrying so that their transition can be peaceful and happy. Maybe they can make amends with their loved ones. So there's a lot here that it helps to ease the transition of the person that is crossing over, but also the living that are left behind. So it will hopefully smooth that over. Now, there's a lot this is just a very kind of general explanation. This can go on much deeper levels, much more. Every experience is going to be different. And that's something that you do need to remember. And so basically, what it is the practitioner is kind of the hollow bone or the hollow shell for the God consciousness that is Reiki to come in and clear out these blockages. So I know I covered this a little bit on the video about your Reiki appointment. And so Reiki is a very gentle touch. Sometimes, depending on the severity, you might notice that the touch pressure gets a little firmer. It's never going to be like massage. It's never going to be that really firm, heavy touch that you get in massage, but it will be a firm but gentle pressure. Whereas I have a friend that when she works, you'll hear the movement. It's going to be more pronounced with the jingle bells on, but she'll move her hand back and forth, and you'll hear the rustle of the fabric from her hand as she's kind of clearing away energy. I am one of those practitioners. You'll actually see me if you open your eyes. Generally, you want the person's eyes closed, but you'll notice kind of scooping movements, moving movements as I try and, physically move away the energy, and then smoothing motions as I'm trying to smooth out the aura. So different practitioners do things differently, but you might hear rustling of fabric and whatnot from their hands moving as they do what they do. You might also, this actually happened to a client of mine, you might notice someone pulling or feel the pain or feel the things being literally pulled out of you. And that's usually sometimes the practitioner will stand by the feet and just start pulling the negative energy out. And you'll feel it almost travel down the body and out of the system. So do not be surprised by the vast array of hand movements, or soft noises you might hear from people's clothes rustling as they work on you. In very rare instances, because um, these two modalities they can be mixed, but they're different as far as the methodology. Being a shamanic practitioner and a Reiki master, on very rare occasions, I have had my shamanic helper come in on a Reiki session, and you'll notice that the hand movements might change because the person is now acting more like the animal guide that they have. So you might notice scratching or tugging, um, just the general movements where their hands become more animal-like, because what they're doing is they are working with their guide to pull whatever energy out of you. That is a Usually shamanic healings are a little bit different. They're a little deeper, but it might be something has come up where it's like this needs to be removed and it needs a different method of doing it. We're going to pop in for a moment and then we're just going to pop back out and continue on with the Reiki session. That's happened to me on a couple of occasions. So, it depends also too on what other modalities your practitioner is trained in. You may never experience that at all. But just fair warning. It's a strange world we live in. And truth is sometimes stranger than fiction. But well, that's also too why we will generally remind you to make sure that you drink afterwards, that you avoid certain stimulants or whatever, because we want you to flush your body out. And that will help the Reiki, the energetic body and the physical body, to be flushed out. So, and because what it's also doing is Reiki also is raising your personal vibration. You are healing yourself. We as the Reiki practitioner are helping you to heal yourself. That's the goal. So, did the sun set? Am I at a really weird angle? The picture got really dark all of a sudden. Sorry. Sorry for those of you that get motion sick. Um, so I'm just looking through my notes But what's really nice is as you work through these blockages and whatnot, the ki or the chi will start flowing a lot more freely. And by removing these blocks in the energetic field, the physical body will start to feel better. You'll start to feel better. Your body is working a lot more efficiently, a lot more smoothly, and you'll notice that change, that uplift in spirits. So that is how Reiki works. It starts to remove that fight or flight response from pain or certain situations to help you to heal and restore balance of body, mind, and soul. And that's what you want. So that's how it works. All right. Until we meet again, my friends. Bye.